Today we're looking at how to reduce your permanent losses. So this is where you're fighting and where you have troops that die instead of going to your hospital. How do you make the number who die get lower? I know this only applies to Lunar, haven't done any testing on Solar. So wounded conversion, this is a key skill and really helpful if you're fighting KVK, and that is where you have a lot of losses quite commonly if you're taking on big players. So how do you protect your troops? How do you reduce those losses and put more in the hospital? So you're able to get your wounded conversion up to a maximum of 67.75% at the minute, which means 2/3 of your troops can go to hospital, and there's different ways of getting there. So there is the dragon skill. This one is available if you go to your dragon, and the new layout here, if you go to skills and you see the one at the top left, Dragon Blessing. This does allow you a wounded conversion score, and it's a very handy one, in fact quite one of the larger ones. You get this by upgrading your skill level first, and once you've upgraded your skill level you can also then evolve the skill. So if you click the evolve button, you can use these crystals of varying levels to evolve the skill to get even more power. So the default skill, you can see, has a 10.5% when you've reached the maximum level from level 29. I believe this probably won't go up any further. You can then go to the evolution process, and using those crystals you can get a buff of 42% for level 5. Level 6 is 55%. So for my level 5 currently, I have a 14.9% wounded conversion, so for roughly 15%. It's important to note that the dragon skills only apply if your dragon is on your march. The costs of evolving this talent become much more expensive, so it will become a lot more difficult the later on you go, but their early gains are really good, so definitely worth pursuing. You also have a pretty quick way that you can get into this through the university. If you go to your research and development, there is wounded conversion 1 here, which can increase it to 5%. Now that requires a level 15 university. And once you get university to level 22, you can then start opening up the second wounded conversion, which can get you another 10%. Another important one is in your Lord talents. So if you go to your Lord at the top left and click on talent points here, in the War branch you can see there are numbers of, there are 2 different upgrades that you can do. So, wounded conversion here can give you a 5% upgrade. And then a skill that you can unlock, which is the Life Preserver skill. Now that can give you a 30% reduction in losses, however it only lasts 30 minutes and you can only use it once a day. So use this very sparingly and use it at the very last minute, but it's a hugely powerful reduction in your losses. 30% is a massive reduction. You can go to the skills button here, and you are able to click on the Life Preserver here to activate that skill. This is a key way to reduce the number of troops that die permanently. However, the key point you have to recall is they will go to hospital only if there is space for them. Now it's a very big difference from defending and attacking. When you're defending, if your hospitals are overfilled, then your troops will spill over, and depending on the event they may go to your sanctum, or they may go to one of the alternative hospitals, the Alliance Hospital, or there's a Kingdom Hospital in the Kingdom Raid event. So there are alternatives, however, best not to have to rely on it, and certainly there are times when that won't happen. So getting your hospital capacity up is definitely a huge win. And how do you do that? Well, there's actually a lot more ways to get your hospital capacity up. So join me on my next video for how to get those hospital spaces up so those permanent losses actually go somewhere rather than dying anyway. I am EnglishTim. If you're enjoying my videos, please do click on that subscribe button and on the notification bell to receive updates about my future videos.